There are two types of training. One is on-the-job training, another is off-the-job training. When any person or the board of directors ask him a question why there is a failure, why there is a decline, so they'll not blame each other. So that is called job rotation. Any professionals, if you go with it, they go with this self-study and reading so that they can acquire more knowledge and that will help them in their career. The sales team says, sir, we are doing the best, but the production team is not giving a good product. That is what the sales team says. Hello everybody, a warm welcome to one and all. I'm Vidhyaashram from the Department of Commerce and Management in Vidhyaashram First Grade College, the Temple of Excellence. Welcome to the second unit. Now here we're going to understand about the framework of HRD. So the framework of human resource development, why it is used, how exactly the framework is done, what are the rules and regulations to make those framework, and why is that framework very much needed. If we understand, this entire unit dwells only with these things. So the introduction part, if I go with it, the first unit itself, we have covered it. So HRD seeks to improve what? The performance and productivity. See, I'm stressing to this word called productivity. Reason. Any organization, whoever operates, they operate with an objective. It can be wealth maximization or profit maximization. It can be management by objective, or it can be management information system, or it can be any kind of a objective. But the primary objective of any organization is to survive. The second thing, to grow. And the third thing, to make profit. The same way, if we understand, how can I survive in the market is through the people who are working with me. If I need to grow, I need to take care of my people. If I need to make profit, I need to motivate them to be more productive. That's the reason this productivity is very much needed in any organization to make a lot of growth and profit in the competitive world. So here, HRD seeks to improve the performance and productivity of employees through initiatives such as, what is it? Training. They give training, career development, knowledge management, career management. We have studied in this first unit itself, right? The same way we are supposed to go with it. So by investing in HRD, what will happen? See, investing in HRD in the sense what? You are actually giving money. To whom? To the HR department. So that, why is that you are giving? So that they will be trained. Who are those people? They are your own people, right? And who are they? They are the asset of a company, asset of the organization. So by investing in HRD, organization can enhance employee engagement, retention, satisfaction. Ultimately, it contributes what? To sustained growth, innovation will happen. Competitiveness in today will increase. Dynamic business environment, we can actually feel that I can be adaptable to any situation, or whether it is a change because of pandemic, or a change because of recession, a change because of any kind of a thing, I am able to withstand it. So what is that you should do? Invest in HRD. The next one is framework. How this framework actually went with it. So when we go with the framework, the first is need assessment. It is a need. We can't say that HRD I'll not invest at all, because it is a need assessment. You need to do it, because every year more than 1 lakh students, right? I'm just telling you about one city. More than 1 lakh students, they get graduated, right? More than 1 lakh students, they get graduated. Let's take district wise, right? In a district, more than 1 lakh students get graduated. So how many districts we have in entire Karnataka? How many do we have in the entire India? How many do we have outside India, if you go with it? all these people are who? They are the freshers. They are what? Freshers. And they don't know the culture of MNC, multinational company, or they don't have a culture of any organization. Any organization. So what will happen? If you don't implement HRD, they don't know how to work. And what is that? You are losing out. You are losing out the time, the money, the competitiveness. So you'll be out of the market. So what happens? HRD is a need. Second is, it is designed and it is developed. So for everything, you need to design this. See, if I tell you about it, they'll have a set of code of conducts. The same way you have the HRD rules and regulations. They're going to design, if a fresher, what exactly he should do. If there is a person who is experienced, what is his role and what he should do. If a person is there who is a star player in the organization, how you are supposed to treat him. So it is designed and it is what? Developed. By whom? By expertise. The expertise are there, right? They're going to design it. So that is how the framework is done. Implementation. Now see, we got to know the need of HRD. It has been designed by the experts, again by trial and error method. Every organization have a different kind of approach when they go with HRD, because as I told you, that entire India, we are not the people who have achieved professionalism in the management. So what happens? Trial and error happens. Or people, say example of small companies are there. They would have learned because of case studies or any kind of a lecture, conference or workshop. They would have learned how Tata company, they deal with HRD. So what these companies gonna do is they're gonna copy as it is and they'll implement it. Now, there are so many things which we are supposed to learn what HRD tells you. Next is implementation. Is it feasible? Can we implement it? What will be the end result if we implement it? So that if we do it, only then we'll able to understand that whether that HRD what we have gone with, whether the framework what we have taken care, is it fruitful or not? So this implementation part is very, very important. After implementation, you are supposed to take a feedback of it. That is, whatever you implemented it, was it proper? Did it result be positive or the negative? So the feedback is very, very important after implementation. You should not stop saying that, okay, I have implemented it. Now you should take what? The feedback of it. So your feedback and improvement is there. Next is career development. Will there be a career development because of this? Try to understand this. Will there be any career development? Will there be a performance management? Will there be a leadership development? So all these are what? The framework of HRD. Next is HRD process. See, as I told you in the first session itself, saying that HRD is a process. So how this process start? The first is assessment. They see that what is to be done. Okay, it is not just like, okay, now we need to invest in HRD, let's invest 5 crore, 10 crore, 20 crore. No, you need to understand, is there a need for HRD implementation? If there is a need, then why there is a need? You need to assess. So the first is what? Assessment. You will see where you need this HRD to be implemented, whether it is the top level. So you have the levels of management here. I'm just giving you a thing. This is say top level. Here we have middle level. Okay, so this is middle level and this is top level. So in the top level, you have all the C class. You have the CEO, CFO, COO, CTO, those people. Now in the middle level, you have all the managers. All managers you have. You have here the GM. Then you have this board of directors. You have this MD. All managers of say marketing, sales, production, whichever managers you have. So all of them, they will come in the middle level. Now the thing is, first is what? Assessment. For which level of management we are supposed to go with HRD? whether it is for the top level or middle level. Next is training need identifies. So who needs training? Does all the people require training? Again, there is what? Departments are there, right? Now we have what? Marketing department. Say we have HR department. We have, say, finance department, production department. Like we have a lot of departments, right? So in that, which department should get training? Is it marketing? Is it HR? Is it finance? Or is it the production? You need to segregate. Then you will design. See, for marketing or for HR, can the HRD be the same thing? Can it be like both the department can we treat equally in the same thing? No, we can't. Because the design, the pattern or the methodology carried in marketing is totally different from the design done for HR. The next is implementation. You implement it, you evaluate it, give a feedback, think about whether that will improve their career, will that be improving their performance, and then if there is a positive saying that yes, there is a change, right? Positive, then you implement, and this process will be proper, right? Apart from that, the process will fail. Then you need to do what? Again, you need to redesign it. So that is very important. Next is designing. How this designing is taking place? The first thing is you identify the need. Before you go with it, need, you identify. Analyze employees' need. This is the organizational need. First is what? Organizing. Second is the employees. Set a clear objective. Why have we designed this HRD? Tell the employees what exactly it is. Set clear objectives. Then choose appropriate method. After the objective is that to attain this objectives, what are the methods we need to follow? Go with the methods. Then develop relevant content. So you don't develop a content, how will you address the trainees? So that is where you need to understand carefully. Then you need to structure the curriculum. Structure the curriculum. Provide adequate resources. See, curriculum is there, content is there, everything. Now you don't provide adequate resource, it will not be good. It will not be good. So if you provide the resource, only then it will actually benefit, or else no. So how to make this entire design is like everything is done. Tailor the program to the participants. You need to say, okay, now this is what it is and we will go with it. So that is how the entire design happens. Next is HRD intervention. Now, can there be a possible of intervention? So what is this intervention? So HRD intervention are systematic activity. They are designed to improve the knowledge, skills, ability and attitude. That's why it is called KSAAS. Knowledge, then you have your skills, ability, the attitudes is what KSAS is all about. Now, knowledge, why is that we need to have a very good knowledge? Because without knowledge, what is that you gonna do it? So after knowledge, what comes is your skills comes here. Now knowledge after it is what? Your skills. Now you have your skills. That's why there is a saying, right? Your skills should pay your bills. So please have a lot of skills. That skills will take you very far. Then the next thing is ability. Do you have the ability to do the work? There are so many people who will have the ability, but people will not give them opportunity, thinking that they have less knowledge or skills, or they don't have that attitude to move forward. So that's why KSAA apostrophe S. So that is the last AS is all about attitudes. So you should have it. So the goal of HRD intervention is to bridge the gap between, there is a gap, right? Between skill and knowledge employees currently have and the skills and knowledge they need to perform their jobs effectively. Many of the freshers who ever join any organization, they have their knowledge, they have the skills, but HRD, what it happens or what it gives you is they'll train you so that you can achieve with those knowledge and skills, you can achieve the goals effectively. You can do the job effectively. Next is types of intervention. Now, how this intervention happen? One is training, right? Because of training, you will actually do it. Development, training and development is there, no? So I have made that has 2 points. Then performance management, compensation and benefits, and employee relations. So these are the key points of types of HRD intervention. Now here we go with the next topic called as training method. So the first one is, as I told you, right, the intervention is training. So there are 2 types of training. One is on the job training, another is off the job training. So on the job training in the sense what? While I am working in the organization, there is a supervisor, there are coach, they're gonna come, they're gonna tell me and they're gonna train me while I'm doing the real work. That is called on the job training. And now off the job training in the sense I'm not in the workplace, I attend the classes somewhere else. That is called off the job training, where a lecturer gonna come, he or she gonna teach me. That is called off the job training. So here's the first one, on the job training. What are the different types of on the job training? The first one, as I told you, is coaching or mentoring. Coaching or mentoring. So there will be one-on-one, and usually coaching and mentoring is one-on-one or one-on-few. Next is job shadowing. See, this is very important, job shadowing. There will be a senior most, or a person who is your superior. You will be working with them and they'll be what? Your shadow. So that is called job shadowing. Next is internship and apprenticeship. You will be under them and you are working. Next is job rotation. See, job rotation does not happen in multinational companies, but it happens in small companies, right? So what is this job rotation? Say we have this departments, as I told you, right? We have marketing, say finance, HR, and production. So here you have marketing, finance, HR, production. Now, say I'm giving an example of there is a sale which is going down. The sales are going really down. So the board of directors thought, let us have a meeting with the middle level managers, that is the middle level people, the HR, marketing, finance and production. Why sales are going very low? So they called for a meeting and they're going to ask a question. So the production team, the marketing team, the finance team, the HR team, and let's add one more called the sales team. So the sales team says, sir, we are doing the best, but the production team is not giving a good product. That is what the sales team says. Now the production team says, so we are actually doing the best. The thing is, here, the people whom we have hired, they are not qualified. They're not proper. They're not skilled. Now the HR is there, right? The HR says, sir, we don't have that budget of recruiting people who are really talented. So again, what happened? From sales it went to production, from production it went to HR. Now HR is telling what? The management only is because we cannot afford. Now the next question is, now the sales says, just an example I'm telling you. Sir, marketing did not happen properly. That's the reason sales are going down. So what happened? He went to the marketing person. The marketing person says, sir, the thing is, we don't have proper people who have marketed. So we don't have good number of people. Now HR says, sir, I don't get money from the finance for the salary. So that's the reason I'm not doing it. So here what happens? Again, everybody are blaming some or the other person. So what is this job rotation? 6 months, the person will be in production. Next 6 months, marketing. Next 6 months, sales. Next 6 months, finance. Next 6 months, HR. Next, he'll go over the 6 months, production. So this is what a job rotation is. Now understand. that person will not blame any other department. Reason, he has worked in all the departments, he knows the flaws. So when any person or the board of directors ask him a question, why there is a failure, why there is a decline, so they'll not blame each other. So that is called job rotation. The next is simultation and case studies. Now, case studies are there. You will get a real case studies and you are supposed to approach how you would have actually taken decisions on those perspectives of the case study. Next, projects and assignments will be given. Peer learning and team collaboration. Now, peer learning, you can learn a lot from your own staff. So, peer learning, your colleagues you can actually learn. Then team collaboration. So, these are what? The on-the-job training. The next is off-the-job training. Now, off-the-job training, you will not be working, you will be somewhere else and then you are getting training. The first thing is classroom training. In classroom training, what happens? A lecturer gonna come, he or she gonna teach and you will get to know and you will get that adequate knowledge about those topics. Workshops and seminars, you will actually go sit in the workshop, how exactly the practicality they're gonna show. The conferences will be there, webinar will be there, seminar will be there, and then conferences and symposia will be there. So those where you will understand that technical know-how, how exactly to do that particular job. Then e-learning and online course are there. Simultation and virtual reality will be there. Formal education programs and self-study and reading. That is, you will not be working, you will be reading somewhere and you will get knowledge more about it. Usually doctors or engineers or any professionals, if you go with it, they go with this self-study and reading so that they can acquire more knowledge and that will help them in their career. So any doubt regarding this session, please do call us. We are always there to help you. Thank you so much. I'll see you when I see you. Thank you.